Oh, and Wyatt, I think we are live. It is. Yeah, here we are. Now, Owen, because of the mishaps we're having, we're already down to 4:19, which I think means it's Jake O'Sullivan's lap. Where is Jake O'Sullivan? Here he is. He's in the pit lane. So he should be going out. What, with 4 minutes left to go? Oh, that's when he comes out. Okay, Ben Shaw it is. God, what a nightmare here in season 12 as we open up another season of JACKOCAR for you. Unbelievable scenes. Anyway, this is the season 8 champion. That was 2 years ago, would you believe? The son of the league, the baby face of the league, Ben Shaw, having moments here and there. He's invalidated. I'm not going to get excited, Owen Wyatt. Yeah. You're getting like me, too lazy. Oh. He has had an accident because I was about to join him and I can't. So that, yeah, it does mean that we're going to get a whole lap on board the three-time champion, Jake O'Sullivan. And very, very carefully looking after these tyres. Oh, and Wyatt, as this is a new stream, do you want to take us around a whole lap in reverse? I've just received a message from our friend of the league, Casper Klein. He said the new format actually works. He's like excited for it. I should have done his accent really. But anyway, here is Johannes Mellis of Germany, then two-time race winner last season. Didn't quite work out for him in the latter stages as the season went on. But he is back once again in JACKOCAR. Where does he put his car on opening night? He goes P5 behind Jake O'Sullivan. Tony Kirkpatrick takes another pole position. Jamie Griffiths there in P2. That lap will not count. He will jump the start and do a drive-through penalty on the opening lap as punishment. That's a new rule we've just made up. Chris Waits, Chris Waits, a reserve driver. He will start what is technically P2 And then, of course, the three-time champion and the German complete the top 5 there. Casper Klein, by the way, P5. It says you've left as well. Love this. I don't know. I'm going to invite you. Okay. If it's a you problem, I don't mind that so much. I should probably give everybody a rundown. Yeah. Okay. Tony Kirkpatrick on pole position for how many times in his career is that? I'm about to tell you if I can find his name on this bloody form. Oh, there he is. 9 poles for Tony. Then it's Jamie Griffiths, Chris Waits, Jake O'Sullivan, Johannes Mellis, Casper, Ben Harrett, Pete Knight and Leroy Haslager, and then the rest I didn't see, but it doesn't matter. I think it's going to be quite exciting, actually. The new qualifying format seems to have mixed things up a little bit. That's not a typical grid, but it's also not a typical track. So there is a chance that may be playing a factor. And I think a lot of the drivers are much like me, where they have bought the game and not played it, or maybe done a lap or two. So it's going to be rusty, and we've had 4 months away. Don't forget, our longest break ever, as Owen White said in the original stream, but nobody heard it. There are now 6 of you watching. Low numbers, but I'm sure that will improve as time goes on. Tell all your friends and family about this, because this is likely to be the last season of JACKOCAR, as you know it, at the very least. Owen White's back. No, not at all. This is my last season. Oh dear. Oh, and apparently you can't be heard on stream, so that'll be a me. That'll be a me problem. I can hear that. What a night. Somebody's going to have to tell me if you can hear Owen. Yeah, see if you can hear Owen. It'll be somewhere down here. You may as well race, haven't you? Just race, Owen. Oh, you're going to have to be somewhat quiet, though, because obviously I can't concentrate on your bloody accent in my ears. Anyway, none of them can hear you, so Owen White has basically said, yes, I talk too much, and I'm very sorry about that, Jacko. Sorry for the 5 years of pain I've put you through. No, don't worry, Owen, it's absolutely fine. Oh, I don't know. I don't do these things. Oh, that mutes you. I'm not doing that. Why? Here we go. I don't really have the time to sort this. So, so a late. Oh, I'll just listen to this. No, you definitely can't be heard on stream. Anyway, a late addition to the JACKOCAR grid here in the Netherlands. Owen Wyatt will join us in 16th place. And I am now. Owen can't take control of the car. A quick rundown. Tony, Jamie, Chris, Jake, Johannes, Casper, Ben Harrah, Pete Knighton, Leroy, Sullivan, who is the Joker, Waze, MK Bourne, OKK, Yori, Arnold, not Owen, Ben Shaw, Corey, and Gareth. Corey's disqualified. Fantastic. But I believe we are finally going to get ourselves underway. What a dismantled and disjointed start. It wouldn't be JACKOCAR without chaos. Let's see if we get some on track as we get ready for season 12 in the Cup Series, and away we go. Jump start. Corey's crashed into Owen Wyatt. That sounds like Owen Wyatt is actually racing as we head in towards the new turn one. That's contacted Tony and Jamie Griffiths. Jamie Griffiths, of course, has a drive-through penalty. And as we look back down the grid, there appears to be no crashes early on. I hear laughter from P19. I'm not sure what's happening. Owen Wyatt, the safety car is out. Talk us through it. I'm watching. No, because so the first retirement of the season is Owen Wyatt. Some might say get back in your box, son. However, his box has been, they've locked him out because no one can hear his voice. So you're left with the, why don't you leave the party and then rejoin? Would that make a difference? I'm messing about with stuff now. I don't know what I'm doing. So I guess, by the way, Jamie Griffiths can't do his... he's going to anyway. Yeah, Leroy Haslager will lead at his home race. I'll tell you what you could do, Owen. You could count who leads each lap for me. Oh, watch the stream then. Well, no. Leroy led lap 1. It's got to be a... Are you sure it's got to be a you issue if it's... Yeah.
Right, we've hit the reset button on absolutely everything, and it's not changed anything, but I bet it works.
Oh, you know it will.
You just know it will, won't it? I don't know what I've changed or what I've done, but now I can apologise, assuming you can hear me. Okay. I was absolutely in no control whatsoever of that. I don't know what the hell it was doing, not letting me take control of my car, and then someone crashed into it, Corey. So,
and it worked.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you what's going on. I've got no graphics now, and I'm not in the race, and I could probably actually do another invite now, Jack, so I can at least get some graphics.
Oh, sure, let me sort you out. But yeah, you can now be heard on stream. I told you it's a you issue.
Oh, dear.
Could never be me, not the organiser. Speaking of organising, it's not been very well organised this evening.
I can't think of a worse start to a season that we've managed to have. Normally it's everyone else's fault, but for us this is very much and even then, mainly this is entirely my fault, really.
It's very poor, but it is funny, and it is very true to what we expect in terms of quality from this league. JACKOCAR very much rough around the edges, and we have lived by that now for over 11 seasons.
Let's say just so that the viewers are aware, BT are crap. And I moved into this flat today hoping that the Wi-Fi would be decent. It's not, hence all the problems at the start of the stream that you couldn't, watch. Things then got worse at the end of qualifying when I just got kicked out of everything. And now I'm using my phone's hotspot to be with you now. That's where we're at. Luckily I've got infinite data because I'm going to need it this season by the looks of it. Unless I buy like a 50-meter bloody Ethernet cable, then I might be able to use the bloody BT Wi-Fi to its fullest potential. But that just seems a bit comical, really, doesn't it?
Sorry, Owen. I was something else I haven't organised is the safety car, not the safety car stuff. The all the laps where I keep the stats. I've not thought to do it, but it sounds like we're about to go back racing, as Leroy has led 2 laps at his home race, and I guess I'll call this one, shall I? Because you're going to be.
It has to be said, I'm here now.
Oh, if you're here, you carry on. It's your job.
But I will ask a quick question, even though we are restarting. Everyone from 7th place down is pitted. They're non-mandatories, right?
They are mandatory. New rule.
They are mandatory.
Yep. Welcome back to season
New
12. Here we go.
Okay then, right, so top 6 then. Already behind on pit stops. Sullivan Lewis going for the race lead. He's on a joker, so it makes sense for him to have not pitted early. He's down the inside and straight into the lead ahead of Leroy Hasselager. And that's a well-executed restart on a harder competitor as Leroy goes off into the wall. Don't know if we got massive damage in there. That shouldn't be another safety car, especially so soon after the first. But he is down at the back of the grid in his home event. Arnaud, the reigning champion. He didn't qualify tonight as per the new rules. Could he lead this race in just 4 laps, Jacko?
Well, it'd be the confidence boost he needs to prove that the game from 5 years ago wasn't a fluke. If he can do it on 2020, can he do it on 2025 as he breathes down the neck of Sullivan Lewis, who has a bit of a better exit out of there. They're yellow flags that fly. I think that's for the recovering Leroy. As Sullivan holds on for another sector, they come into the what you refer to as the twisty bits. But Arnaud looking lively then, the season 11 champion, and boy were we happy to see that after a miserable season. We are hoping for better things this time around as he continues to put the pressure on then into the final corner. Arnaud looking for a late lunge, but risky. Sullivan will hold on.
Meanwhile, Corey Dalton getting himself in front of Ben Shaw in the final corner. He fancies someone else, doesn't he? As Arnaud up the inside of Risky into turn 1. Risky knows that the man ahead of him now has to pit twice tonight, so he may be able to just let him go. But as I says, well, actually, you haven't heard me say it. Tyre wear has greatly increased on this year's game as we lose Tony on the exit of turn 2. That could be a safety car. Full front wing gone off that car, but it stays yellow for now. But yes, tyre wear has greatly increased, so the Joker is not an easy task here for Risky. So fighting this hard might not be the best move as Corey moves up ahead of him into 2nd place. He's got to make these tyres last. For both stints, a way harder task than it has been in previous years. And he's already over a second behind Arnaud and soon to be over a second behind Corey by the looks of it. And, well, there you go. Arnaud and Corey, top 2. There's a surprise.
Some things never change.
That would leave in 5th place as we lose Pete Knighton. Something else has never changed as we get another safety car. Casper is top runner. He's a top runner. Do you know what he'll have done? He'll have bottomed out on the way up the hill. I said that's what can happen there. If you go a little bit wide, it all just goes a bit pear-shaped from there. We saw Ben Shaw lose a qualifying lap there, but we've got some more pit stops. That safety car came out at a good time if you wanted to make a pit stop. But if you're Casper Klein right now, keep the safety cars coming, I suppose, because it means he's able to safely cycle up. He's made 1 stop. He's the net race leader, effectively, followed by Jake and Johannes. Jake and Johannes, of course, well used to each other after last season as Tony missing the front wing, now taking a 10-second penalty as well for speeding in the pit lane. That's a new feature from last year, where a 5-second penalty used to be given for drive-through penalties. 10 seconds, or for speeding in the pit lane, I should say. It's now 10 seconds, so yes, that's already by a few people today, and it will continue throughout the season. That is a massive penalty. So we'll keep an eye on those as they come through. But yeah, Jake and Johannes, well used to each other from last season. It was Johannes' debut in JACKOCAR last season, wasn't it? So we haven't seen him on this generation of car yet. So it's interesting that those two end up together anyway.
Yep, the cream rises is how the saying goes. Speaking of cream, Arnaud leading his first lap since his championship winning lap. And
do I dare work out what you're trying to say with that?
No, not at all. Mr. Lewis is net race leader, and imagine the scenes here if Casper Klein, on his return to JACKOCAR, on a different console, not even a console, it's a PC, if he wins the most biased PlayStation League there is on a PC.
God, he'll be impossible.
Oh, yeah.
Be worse than when Gareth wins a race.
No, definitely not. But it is funny when Gareth wins, isn't it?
Yeah.
He doesn't
only
win
ever
enough.
wins. He doesn't win normally, so he's going to have to do quite a lot to win tonight. He's last. But in fairness, he's last of the cars who haven't had any problems. The two behind him have had plenty of problems, so at least it's not going too badly for him. We didn't see him in qualifying. I don't know why. He didn't have a qualifying ban, did he? Maybe he just didn't read the rules. It doesn't seem like him.
Oh, don't worry. He was definitely reading the rules. He was part of making them earlier in the day. You know, not like we've had 4 months to make the rule book. We have decided to do it in the last 5 hours before we get going.
Our race winner tonight, are they qualifying for the chase or for the playoffs? Or for the chase playoffs or for the playoffs chase? Have we worked out what we're calling this yet?
We're keeping it as it always has been. So if you win, you are in to the playoffs. But I should tell you, now's a great time to tell you about the how the pits now work. So the stages are gone. You don't need stages anymore. You can make your 2 mandatory stops under yellow flags, safety cars, whatever you want to do, green flag. However, at least one of your stops must be in the second half of the race. So in the instance tonight, that'd be lap 18 or beyond.
In fairness then, that kind of means you can do your normal strategy now, doesn't it? Because, I mean, having said that the tyres do not last, you're never going to really do half the race on a set of tyres and expect to win the race. That's why I think Risky's going to struggle tonight. Even though he's on a Joker, he has a bit more freedom, I suppose, as to when he makes his mandatory stop. But I could see him making more than one anyway. Maybe if you're on Monaco or something. Monaco might be a really good track to do a Joker this season, but that's if ChatGPT allows it, I suppose.
Yeah, this is it. What will work this season is the playoff points are capped at 20. You cannot earn more than 20. And also, because of that, it basically brings the playoffs and the chase much, much closer than what they have been in the last 8 or 9 seasons, really. So racing can be as gappy as it likes, but in terms of points at the end of races and as we go into knockout phases, I think that could be quite exciting, and that then, in turn, generates more exciting racing.
The viewers actually listened to my excuses for why you can constantly hear ambulances and stuff. It's because I'm sat right next to the Salford precinct, and there's a massive roundabout there, and that's the joys of trying to afford to live as a 23-year-old, so I do apologise for that. You're just going to have to be used to it. People like stabbing each other here, but at least it's not as bad as Utah.
Oh dear. Anyway, Arnaud de Grief, let me get you a stat, because, you know, I'm full of stats. I'm not prepared, but I am full of stats. If I can get this one for you before the safety car comes in, that'd be even better. Arnaud de Grief has now led, once he leads over the line here, 821 laps in Cup Series history, more than anybody else. The Season 11 champion, and of course 18 race wins to his name. Can he carry on his good form? He has the Joker behind him and the PC driver behind him. Owen Wyatt, it's time for another restart.
Presumably you've had no time to make up a restart zone, have you? Because of
Nope.
well, the track being checked right before the end. So that means that Arnold actually can just go whenever he wants, really, doesn't it? But he's waiting right up until the very last moment to go, and he somehow still catches Risky off guard. He'll be under pressure from Casper into turn 1 and 2. If I'm Casper, I'm just being patient as he hits the back of him. It's difficult to go side by side for that turn 1, so you've got to be so careful. As behind, it's a relatively single file. A moment on the grass there for Ben Harrett as he gets overtaken by MK Board. Nice to see him up there at the moment in P6. And looks like in the grass there is Corey Dalton as well. He was side by side with Michael O'Keke. He's now going to have Ben Shaw for company, and he's going to go round the outside. I think Corey will hold on to the place because actually O'Keke's blocking the pair of them, and that's going to help Corey's case there. And sensible driving from Ben Shaw.
Oh,
what a weird situation. And that's Tony off. Tony off again as Casper up into second place.
Yep, obviously I missed that one because I was looking at OKK getting very sideways. But challenge it for Arnold then, Casper Klein. How many race wins does he have out of interest? It is 13. It's one of the big names in JACKOCAR, it must be said. That driver of the 72 car, and tell you what, he's very quickly on the back of Arnold. Let's go on board very briefly. Fastest lap for the Finn.
Just worth pointing out that Risky is falling through the field here. He's not got the pace. Jake O'Sullivan got through. Johannes will get through. He'll struggle to do well with the Joker here, I think, tonight. But Casper, he is very much looking at P1 at the moment. Nice to see, by the way, that people have made a decent effort with their liveries. Well, some have made a decent effort with their liveries. Hopefully, as the season progresses, we'll see these get a bit better. But it's nice to have the drivers with their sort of identifying colours back. Because even on F1 2020, we were slightly disappointed by how poor the delivery ended up being as Mike Kelterborn goes for a spin, and you know that's him in the purple machine. Gets himself back going, doesn't get hit by anyone, but he is right down towards the back of the grid. Here comes Casper. It's very much a two-horse race at the front at the moment, but you know Jake O'Sullivan will have some pace hidden in there somewhere, and you'll see him on this battle soon. A little bit wide from Casper. You can't do the wide line in the F1 game, even though it is the preferred line in real life. I don't know why that is. I guess it's just difficult to sort of code that. But oh well, that's Codemasters for you, isn't it?
Any
Corey
excuse
and
not to do
Waitsy
something.
battling. Just want to mention Waitsy, by the way. We always see flashes from him. Hopefully this will be the season where he comes through and gives himself a proper run at the championship. Obviously we haven't had much time with him. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how he gets on this season. P8 at the moment on the hards, so maybe not surprised he was overtaken by Corey there. We'll see if he can hold on. He's on a similar, well, he's on the same strategy as Johannes at the moment, so we'll see how those two sort of converge later on. A lot of battling in the midfield at the moment, which is nice to see as well, because everything we got used to on 2020 was no racing whatsoever.
Yeah.
God, it was boring.
We don't talk about last season, do we, Owen? Here's Mike, and is that Gareth? It is indeed Gareth. Yellow flags fly once again for
just
somebody way off the road.
Okay.
It is indeed
Some
okay.
things never changed, unfortunately. But I don't think. Oh, Wes has had an accident as well with some. Is that Tony again in the wars? Tony's had at least 4 incidents in this race already, and this one has brought out the 3rd safety car of the evening. So Tony, he must be on at least 20 seconds of penalties by now. He is indeed. And he's lost another front wing.
Arnold finally pits as well.
Let's see how far he falls down, because there was a bit of field spread, but not a massive amount. I think he will be around the sort of P10-ish, which isn't too bad, actually. I was fearing worse for him, and he's on a fresh set of the soft compound tyres. He'll be able to properly go for it on the restart. But already, another 10 seconds for Tony.
Is this a head loss, or is he doing this on purpose?
Well, this is something we may see, not just from him this season, but from others. It feels to me, that's my telephone, as a prime sort of example of what happens when you end up, on a track you weren't expecting to be on.
Yeah. And I'm glad we're doing it like this. It's
so
it's what last season could have been. I think. Oh, wow. Yuri off on his own.
Under safety car.
Oh.
And he's properly going through the grass there. That was a well rally moment, that was. But I noticed that Tony took 10 of those seconds in the pits, so it doesn't let you take the full 30, which is what would happen in real F1. So that means, if I'm Tony right now, I'm just stacking these penalties, just take them all now, because you can still get back in this race. He's not going to get lapped under the safety car, and he'll get used to the track eventually. We're only 1/3 of the way in. Perhaps Wace may have some questions to ask him about the accident that happened right here, where Tony was on track now, but I didn't see the accident anyway. I was too busy watching Michael O'Keke off the road.
Yeah, here comes Ben Harrett to get rid of his 10 seconds as well. He's sped in on the last lap. He was telling me earlier today how if he expects this season to go as he plans it to, he'll be joining us in the commentary box quite a lot. So I'm sure we'll hear the soothing tones of Mr. Harrett. Previous race winner, of course.
Are you noticing, maybe it's just the game being strange, but I'm noticing that the game's actually doing the pit stop first and then the penalty afterwards.
No.
So if anyone's spotting that on stream, that's what's going on there. It might look a bit odd, but it is just taking the penalty at the wrong time for some reason.
On obviously mine's the stream, so I've got the penalty and then the pit stop.
Oh.
So it's good to know that there is another bug in another game that we've all spent a lot of money on.
What's also worth pointing out, by the way, as well, even I say Tony can get back in the race. There's nothing to say that involved in all the accidents he's been involved in that he's not got massive floor damage. That is a genuine possibility because, his car is filthy dirty. If you get hit on the side at any point, especially with stem damage, you could end up in some serious trouble. So that's also worth keeping an eye on. Any wheel-to-wheel contact through turn 1, I'm thinking, you could be in for quite a difficult day. But the safety car coming in, Casper getting ready to lead the pack. It's like he's never been away, isn't it?
Yep. He was always very good, was Casper. Until we went back 4 generations of game to F1 2020. He left us, and then we promised him that 25 would be where we were, and here we are. And he is back and leading the way here on lap 13. Of course, the 13-time race winner was so close to winning the championship in season 8 as well, that famous night that belonged to Ben Short. But he will get us underway once again here in the Netherlands. There's no restart zone. Go when you want, because the admin hasn't sorted it out. It's so misorganised. That's just how we like it. The chaos continues.
Trying to jump in. I can't believe how good that restart was, because Jake is somehow still asleep there. I don't know how that's possible. But anyway, look at that, side by side. Right on the outside of turn 1 goes Corey. How on earth has he made that one stick? That's incredible stuff. Risky. A driver we were expecting, like I said, to struggle on pace, and he must have known it because he was not wasting any time. Is that Arnold in the gravel? It is indeed. And bits of his car flying all over the show. But here comes Corey. He's not done with his overtaking yet. Right on the outside again. This time on Johannes. Not going to make that one stick, surely. But the inside line comes back to him. If he can
have a go.
do the old Verstappen, yield a crash, and Johannes yields. What a restart.
Fantastic stuff from Corey Dalton. Also, I noticed Ben Shaw on the move. He got Waitsy down the straight, and he's now on the back of the struggling Sullivan Lewis. I imagine we'll let him go if he doesn't take him out first, Owen Wyatt.
Lose the car here, and it's Spa 98 all over again. You've got to be so careful, especially on a restart, and that could have been disaster. Speaking of disaster, though, where exactly is Arnold? He's 15th place. I think he's missing quite a lot of his car. Yuri ahead of him is missing part of his car. He's now trying to pass O'Keke, and that's going to be shoveled into the grass. Sadly, we're stuck with an onboard view of Arnold. I'd very much like to see the outside of that car. He's not got damage. Okay, that's very important. So he can get himself back up through the pack, but obviously being off spinning in the gravel with new softs is going to damage them quite significantly. Ben Shot has got past Risky, and they're both still alive at the end of the exchange.
Somehow. Yeah. And then you got the 2nd, 3rd and 4th train all very close to each other. Johannes, I think, biding his time. Like we saw that a lot last season. Fair enough. Corey's got him, but he's going to stay with him. Corey won't drive away, and Jaco Sullivan is not easy to pass. Casper just about 1 second up the road. Ben Harrett gets through on Yuri Hazelager. And I'll tell you what, here comes Michael Okeke on the inside. Why not, my son? Welcome back. As Yuri goes back around the outside. Good racing from these guys. Oh, how we've missed this.
Arnold,
what a KK in the wall!
Unbelievable. How on earth has Arnold not got caught up in that?
Wow. Oh, wow.
I'll tell you what, Yuri was off just as far as well. Quite how he didn't end up also having a moment there is beyond me. And Arnold, he'll just want rid at this point because this is not where he needs to be on the racetrack at this moment in time.
A little bit of damage on the back of Yuri Hazelager as well as Arnold finally goes through. Trying to claim his way back up the grid. Ben Harrett up next for him, the Englishman. Oh, where do we look? There is action everywhere for a change. I'll go back to the battle for P2. And they are sort of reeling Casper in, but you get the impression that Casper might have it under control as he loses time as I say that.
Well, we know Casper, last time we had him full time, he'd always find creative ways to lose the race, wouldn't he? So he looks under control at the minute, but that's the first thing you need to know about Casper. It really is never over until the checker flag flies, and even then he could still pick up a 30-second penalty for something, so I'm sure at the minute he's just focusing on keeping this on the road and not breaking any rules, really. And as long as he can keep Jake at an arm's length, maybe he'll be happy enough. ERS levels, looks at Johannes, as you were saying, Jacko, is biding his time. He's nearly got a full tank. That's important, obviously, because, again, unlike F1 2020, if you use the ERS here, it's gone pretty quickly. So that actually full tank is effectively 1 lap's worth of full push. He's got that, and the others don't.
Oh, and up the back of Ben Harrett, who has actually caught Mike Kelterborn on that lap. 3 different nationalities going for what is P11 here. And, Arnold trying to find somewhere. Oh, they're going to make it 3 wide. Ben Harrett tags
nice.
Mike. Arnold goes through. Mike Kelterborn next up the road, and Ben Harrett's really lost out there. As Arnold, surely it's inevitable. The writing on the wall. It goes around the outside, it becomes the inside, and he dispatches the German as the current reigning Cup Series champion finds his way up to P11 after the mistake earlier on. That's a champion's overtake right there. Back to Owen Wyatt.
Jake O'Sullivan all over the back of Casper, and he's similar ERS levels. They're all sort of saving their levels up now, actually. So it's all tactical stuff as we approach the halfway point in this race. Pit stops, I assume, from lap 19 onwards is what we're looking for, isn't it?
Well, I will accept 18 for tonight, and then we will confirm the rule later on. This is technically halfway, so we will allow this.
So look out for Risky on his Joker then, because he's done well to get those mediums halfway through the race. And look at the exit that Jake Sullivan's going to have here. Casper got that all crossed up through the chicane, and round the outside he may well find himself, Casper, with 2 cars attacking him. Here goes Jake O'Sullivan, contact!
Of course there
and
is!
Into the lead. There you go. It's not a Jake O'Sullivan overtake if there's not contact, is there? And Casper tried to come back at him. That was a mistake, because Corey Dalton's through, and suddenly Casper has lost 2 places in one go, and behind him he's got a driver who's got more ERS than anyone else in the field, so that's going to be tricky to hold on to. Risky, we were saying about his pit stop, he's going to have to pit now. He's into the wall. Oh dear, that's a Joker god, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not that it was already in threat, but it's certainly in serious trouble now. That is suboptimal.
Not his favourite day.
The least. Now, let's see if anyone pits this lap at the front. No one at the front has pitted, so I think they're going off my logic as well, as we have Leroy Hasselager way off the road at what is, the reversed turn 2. I say the traction's low there, so if you get it wrong, you'll find the wall. But Corey Dalton, as you say, looking for the lead. But look at Casper running outside. That was a fantastic run he got out of turn 2. He had to back off in the end, but this is properly difficult racing here.
Oh, fantastic stuff. And here goes Casper then. He's going to claim the inside. Does Corey cut in? No, he leaves him the room.
What a late dive this has been. I don't know if you're getting these helicopter shots, Jacko, but this is fantastic to watch.
We're certainly on board with the battle. That's what I will say, as Jake O'Sullivan leads from Corey, Casper and Johannes. Somehow, with 40 seconds worth of penalties, he's got rid of 20 of them. Tony has made his way to P5. He should not be here. Kick him out, owner. Come on. But back to the battle then. It is Jake and Corey, and then Casper and Johannes once again. These guys are always putting on a show. We love to see it.
Just wanted to point out that a lot of this is really impressive because of the increased dirty air as well that we have on this year's F1 game. Helps with the slipstream, but certainly on the corners the dirty air is more effective. So that's why you're seeing potentially more mistakes from the driver in second place, because they're the one who's getting that dirty air first. And you're able to much easier sort of react to it when you're in a car behind second. And that's, it's allowing Casper to keep sticking his nose in. As we have another yellow flag in Sector 3. Not entirely sure anything's actually happening, but got a fair bit of field spread going on at the minute. Obviously a couple of cars in the pits, but there have been so many incidents. They could do with another safety car, some of this lot, just to get back in touch.
Here he goes, P6 then for the Belgian. Easy one on Ben Shaw. It gets a little bit loose. Lovely four-wheel drift, but another move completed and ticked off. He's marching his way back to the front. He's not that far away either. Arnaud could win this as he spins out from P6. Oh, commentator's curse right there. Live in the flesh.
Oh, he's been hit.
Oh, dear.
Jimmy Griffiths is so far off the road, and that's going to seriously affect his tyres. But he's done well not to hit anything else. But it wasn't actually, it was Waitsy, I think, hit him as well. And again, no damage on his car. Very lucky escape for all three of them there. But, okay, well, apparently that's a penalty for Waitsy. I mean, I don't agree with that. But here comes Corey Dalton looking running outside of turn 1. DRS wide open. Oh, that's so risky. He's made it move. What a move. He's made it stick into the lead. Corey Dalton.
Fantastic stuff from Corey. Still chasing that championship as he spins himself and Jake goes back through into the lead. Oh, how many lead changes tonight. And Casper, where's he? He's down in P4 somehow. Still behind Corey. Yeah. Johannes has made his way up to P2 as they continue to battle. These tyres have had enough. They're screaming, Owen Wyatt.
And this is only good news for Johannes because he's sat on these hard compound tyres. I don't know if the others have another set of mediums to go to, but if he's able to stay this competitive on hards, imagine him on mediums or softs, he'll be much quicker than this. And so he'll be very pleased to be sat in second place already at the moment. But yeah, that's Corey taking the lead and losing the car straight away. We said that chicane would be difficult, and Corey, he showed us that on the exit. Anyone pitting this time around? Johannes is into the pits, as is Corey Dalton.
He's had to come back out! Now that's a dangerous rejoin.
What he's done there is he's had to avoid the wall, and in doing so he's come back onto the track and he's taken Casper off. Unfortunate, and what's even more unfortunate is that Johannes sped in the pit lane.
And you know what these idiots have done, don't you? They've given, essentially, the race win to Jake O'Sullivan right there and then.
I'd be absolutely astounded as well if Corey hasn't gone and damaged the floor doing that. That is a massive shame because we were watching a fantastic motor race there for a moment.
Well, we had it all for about 3 or 4 laps, and it's been rudely taken away from us. Casper still P4. Ben Shaw has benefited massively out of this as well. He'll inherit the position from Johannes too, and Corey when he pits, but even he's struggling. And Jake is on his merry way. The record race winner in JACKOCAR, the 3-time champion of the Cup Series. Surely he can't get another one, can he? Number 4. We are 17 races away from crowning our 12th champion. And that will come to you live in the middle of December, just a few days before we all celebrate Santa Claus and Christmas and chocolate as Jake O'Sullivan leads another lap here.
So what does Johannes do then? Because he's going to be taking these soft compound tyres quite a long way. I mean, he's going to get a decent undercut on Jake O'Sullivan here, but he's got to make a 10-second lead. Is that possible? I suppose we'll have to wait and find out, but we're going to be watching a man on absolute full send here for a couple of laps. As Jake, is he aware of what's been going on behind him? I'm sure someone's in his ear telling him what's been going on, but he's just doing his own thing, maybe waiting for a safety car, maybe just happy where he is.
He will know because Ben Harrett is right behind Johannes. Of course, Ben Harrett, the the spy to Jake O'Sullivan's race for when his rivals are further down the order. As we watch him in P6, and there is Ben Harrett in P7. Arnaud, I don't know what Arnaud's doing, but he is in P8. I think you're right though, Mr. Wyatt. I think a safety car would be grand right about now.
Let's see, what's Jake going to do this time? Because Johannes is closing the gap. 15 seconds between himself and the man in 6th place. Jake O'Sullivan will continue on. And Corey will pit. This time he got into the pit lane. Ben Shaw, 2 into the pit. And Casper, with his damaged car, probably has no choice but to sort of go behind here, does he? And wait for the safety car, because this race has been sort of spoiled. Out of his own control.
What a move! Jamie Griffiths down the inside of Gareth Hall. Sorry to interrupt, Owen, but that was fantastic. Slipstreamed him all the way down into what is true turn 3. And just threw it. And Gareth saw it coming. Great move from Jamie Griffiths. Back to full-time racing. Yellow flags. Is that a safety car?
We've got a virtual safety car, I believe, but I don't know what for. I'm not entirely sure what it's for, but this is... Well, it's even more good fortune, isn't it, for Jake O'Sullivan, this. Assuming it lets him get to the pit lane, but if it does, all that gap that Johannes was making on Jake gets undone, because he'd made about 6 or 7 seconds, actually. It was a properly good undercut. I'm trying to even look for a damaged car. I can't really see anyone. I mean, Yuri's into the pits now. We've got a couple into the pits. Yuri, how have you done that under VSC? There's just no need. He speeds. He's sharing Gareth's pit crew, interestingly. But Jake O'Sullivan, he has made it into the pits. That is a shame.
Yeah. Everybody disliked this. How many races?
And he doesn't speed or anything.
So boring. Jake O'Sullivan. The next win for him would be number 25. Currently stuck on 24. His nearest challenger is, of course, Jamie Wright on 19. And behind them, El Khalifa, the 2-time champion on 18 Cup Series wins.
Look how close Johannes is. Even after the VSC stop, you can imagine the gap he would have had if it had been green. But now he's going to have to do all the work on the track as we prepare to go racing once again. Surely we're not too far from going green, and that sign from OKK tells us we have gone green. And he was going too fast, despite being, shock horror, last. But anyway, enough about him. Because Johannes, he has to make the overtake here. He's got no choice on Jake.
Yep, I know it's only round 1 as well, but you never know when your next win might be. It could be your last ever race win. And if it's for that, Johannes will... He's going to have to just try and get aggressive with Jake and force him into a mistake.
Leroy's way off the road, but that's not going to bring the safety car out. Johannes doesn't worry about that for now. He's going for the twisties. He's going to go for the lead down the inside into what was turn 3. He backs out of it. You haven't really got much time to back out of moves, especially when you're on an older set of tyres. You've got to get this done quickly. I suppose the common sense route would say just DRS him into turn 1, and that is what he's going to do. But from here on, he has to absolutely floor it. Taking the lead of the race, Johannes, let's see what you've got.
Yep, as I update the most laps led of this race, it is indeed Jake O'Sullivan, but we've also had Leroy, Sullivan, Lewis, Arnaud and Casper lead this, and now Johannes here on lap 26. It leaves us with 10 to go next time by. What can that German do? Of course, a severe lack of Germans this season. We had 5 full-timers last time out. We're now down to 3 of them. Mike Kelterborn and Robin Border, the other 2. Robin not here this evening, as Florian and Dustin drop down to reserve roles. Thank God we've got the German outbreak under control.
Here's interesting. We've got Arnaud on the back of Casper again. That just tells you how good... Oh, I know Casper has had his issues, but so's Arnaud. Just shows what sort of pace he has today, Arnaud. And a top 5 after the race he's had might not be too much of a disaster. He could well get Ben Shaw as well if he can really get himself motoring. But Johannes, fastest lap. He's a second ahead of Jake. But Jake does have DRS into turn 1, but he's still only 9 tenths behind. I suspect Johannes might be able to break that DRS this time round. But yeah, Arnold, as another car's gone off here, that's Yuri. Arnold, he'll do well to get a top 5 today, I think.
Yeah, where is Yuri? Oh, Leroy's struggling as well, yeah.
But no one's hitting anything, which is good news if you're, well, not looking at a safety car. I think we've got one more safety car slot left to take. 3 VSC, or 3 full safeties and 1 VSC so far in this race. 10 laps to go, including the one that we're on. And Johannes hasn't broken DRS. Thought he might, but he hasn't managed it. I would say that Jake can control this night to the end of the race. And, well, I mean, we say it's a disaster. He's not the reigning champion. He couldn't win the title last season. He's looking for a bit of redemption, isn't he? Our 3-time world champion.
Oh, no. Leroy Haslager spins. I knew I was staying on board Yuri for a reason, and that's why. To capture the Dutch error. Yuri's actually got... Is that Corey directly behind him?
Corey.
Yeah.
Corey, who's all on his own now in 3rd place, so he can afford to lose a little bit of time here. And I wonder if JACKOCAR will have any work to do after today. Will the steward's office be busy, do you reckon? Do you think anyone even cares anymore?
I hope nobody cares. But I get the impression that Corey's pit lane entrance issue, where he hit Casper, will come up.
I feel like it's got to be a slam dunk, really, as well, isn't it? Because
it's a dangerous rejoin.
He follows Johannes in. He realizes he's got it too late. So it's either you crash it into the wall and burn out a safety car, or you crash it into Casper and ruin your day. He chose the latter, unfortunately. But I suppose if you're in that situation, what are you supposed to do? I mean, you're gonna hit something. You take both options are bad options at that point in time. So it happens. It's unfortunate. Another car's off. Looks like he's way off. It's Ben Harrett. I tell you what. Resilient these cars today, because they've been off so often. I'm surprised we've only lost three cars, and one of them's me. And I wasn't even there.
I'll tell you what, that's the
Another
worst
car's
showing.
off. Is that Leroy? There's better car everywhere. How is that not a safety car?
You've ruined my thunder there, Rowan. I was going to say your retirement was the worst showing on September 11th I've seen for 24 years.
Way.
Yeah. Oh, Leroy! He's not braking in time.
He's not got a front wing on the car. Oh yeah, he has actually. He's got bits of the front wing still on the car. It looked a lot more dramatic than it actually was when I saw him off the road. Is there another yellow flag now through
still
turn
Leroy.
2? There is a slowing car. It's Jury. And Leroy's speeding despite the fact he's already got half his car missing, because of course you do that then. Yuri spins again. It must be floor damage, this, for the Haslager brothers. This is not what we expect to see from them two.
Not at their home race. They would have wanted a good show in here. Night 1 as well. Tell you
He's
what.
gonna spin again, is he? The car is so loose. He must be on like red damage or something, because he's got a full front wing on that car. There's no reason why it should be handling so poorly.
He had to lift there as well. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it's just it's a bit like watching the second Red Bull. Really, this is what it must be like driving that second Red Bull at the minute.
I will give him some credit. Yuri is better than what you're seeing, by the way. For those that have never seen him race.
I'm very much tempted to fully blame the car on this one.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with that.
Whoever's done this to him, possibly it was possibly Arnaud. I feel like those two were together when the incident happened with Arnaud in the grass and the gravel earlier on. But that is pure just speculation, isn't it, at that point? But the races seemed to go a bit downhill from the moment those two got together on the that second safety car restart, wasn't it?
He's gone again.
Yeah, that's just... It's undrivable, I believe.
But of course, to get the points, you need to finish the race.
Speaking of the race, has Corey just been off? Corey has just been off. And he's broken the front wing, has he? On the right-hand side? I was just about to mention that the battle for 4th place is getting very close indeed. That will become the battle for 3rd place. I think Corey's lost both sides, both end plates on his... Yeah, he has. So that's going to be a slow car. Yeah. And Casper and Arnold have already done a great job catching up to Ben Shaw. This is going to be a 4-car scrap for the podium, I suspect. Here comes Casper. He smells a podium after the way his race has gone. It'd be very sweet to take it off Corey in the closing laps. He's up into 4th. Keep an eye on this one.
Oh, Corey's
He's off again. Oh, well, there you go then. There's nothing to... Oh, no, no. Oh, he nearly comes and hits Ben Shaw on the way back on. But Corey, his day's done, effectively, in terms of the podium. That's a shame. There must be some debris out of the exit of, what's that, turn 7 or turn 8, because the amount of cars that have lost their front wings there, I'm amazed no one's picked up a puncture. But look at this, Arnaud de Grief going for the move on Ben Shaw. He knows he's got to get through quickly because Casper, he's been chasing him for the last 10 laps. Wow. He's now got a car in between himself and the man he's looking for his first championship, and he's going to get away, I think, because Arnaud still behind Ben Shaw. Yeah,
but Ben doesn't have anything for Casper. He's up the road, he's gone. And he's closing in on Jake O'Sullivan. There's not enough laps to do it, but he is faster than the leaders right now, which is the closest battle on track, by the way. And I believe that Jake will want to win this on track as well, if I know Jake. And it just so happens that I do. And that's why you've seen that come down from 0.8 of a second to 0.2, all over the back of the German Johannes. As Arnaud gets past Ben Shaw. Missed that one, I do apologise. Back to the leaders.
It was your standard DRS pass, nothing special from Arnaud there, but it's the fact that he's lost so much time to Casper trying to get that move done. That's what will hurt him. He's still got 4.5 laps to try and catch up to Casper and take the podium. From the back of the grid, you've got to remember Arnaud started last in this because he won the last race. He wasn't allowed to qualify. That is the new rule. So, I mean, the top 4, let's say, I think he will take that regardless. But, yes, back up at the front. I mean, you're always wondering if something's going to go wrong at the front. Because it's great and wonderful trying to manage it from second place, but the second you get it wrong under braking, hit the car in front of you, pick up a penalty, suddenly it all changes. And Johannes, I don't know how dirty Fancy's been, but I'm sure he'd like to try and win this race still. And at a certain point, there's only one method to do that, and that's have your rival off the road.
And we welcome that as well. Hopefully nobody clips that up and uses it against me. No one's going to watch this. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Johannes last season, was it 7 or 8 times in a row he finished
7,
P2?
I think, yeah.
It was a league record.
Quite a heartbreaking stat, really, because he ended up second in the championship, I think, as well, didn't he? Yeah. After everything, so it's just it was the theme of his season. So many yellow flags, and every time a yellow flag pops up, these guys must have a slight movements of themselves, because I mean there's just cars all around him at the minute. Even though they're 17, 18 seconds ahead of Casper, there's cars all around him at the moment, so we're free to go. They just need this to stay green till the end. And Tony, by the way, we were on about him earlier, I think he must still have 10 seconds left on this penalty. He does indeed still have 10 seconds. So he's trying to solidify P7 at the minute. He's currently, about 8 seconds ahead, 7 seconds. Yeah, 7 seconds ahead as Jake closes in. But he's about 7 seconds ahead of Waitsy at the minute, so we can try and extend out to 10. He's going to have to pass Corey in the meantime, and Ben Shaw. Has Arnaud gone up? No, that's a different black car. It must be Leroy. Oh, he's going to get hit by his brother almost. My goodness, these two are having an absolutely horrible race. Corey and Ben Shaw battling. Corey running outside with half the front wing missing. That was impressive. But look at Tony now. All over the back of the pair of them. Into a yellow flag section though, because of the Hasselagers, so they can't overtake here. And
Ben Shaw.
Big moment there for Ben. That'll be Tony pass then. As reversing down the track is Yuri Hasselager. Okay, that's not the recommended racing line, I don't think.
That's good. I like that.
He just fancied to look at the forwards layout for a change. As Jake, he got to within half a tenth there of the race lead, and look at this. Who's this? Is that Waitsy in front of them? No, it's a different car. Who's this?
OKK?
Trying to ruin the leaders there. It's OKK. Of course it is. 10-second penalty for ignoring the blue flag. Well, can't really complain about that. 2 to go. He gave Johannes some DRS there, but I'm sure Jake won't have appreciated that very much. As he continues to follow the on-track race leader, fancies it into the chicane. He's just he's just playing with Johannes, isn't he? He knows he's won the race.
Oh yeah, it's quite obvious, really. Here he goes. I wonder if Johannes has the heart to let him win it on track if he can't hold him off or put him in a wall. Let's see. More yellow flags back down the grid as Jake is sideways and he's going to get the move done on track. I think that's, what do they call it? Signed, sealed and delivered.
Bit rude, actually, I would call that. Still shoves his rival wide. He's going to come back at him here, Johannes. I don't think he appreciated that move either. Oh, he doesn't go for it.
Boring.
Oh, he should have went for it.
I wish he would, this fast lot. It annoys me.
This isn't PSGL. We want you to we want you to hit the bloody car in front of you.
Yep. Owen, you'll never guess what. This seems to happen every single time. 1 lap to go in the Netherlands, and Jake O'Sullivan leads the way as he's on course for a 25th victory in the Cup Series. Oh, yeah, this is off. Never mind. Okay, bring it home, Jake. Nice and easy, and you'll be through to the Season 12 playoffs. How many times has Jake O'Sullivan won the first race of the season, I hear you ask? Is that what you're asking? I'm sure you are.
At least twice.
Once, and it was last season, and he went on to not win that title. So, a good omen if he wins this race, because nobody wants him winning 4. That's not how I want to go out.
It was these two, 1-2 that day as well, wasn't it? Jake and Johannes, as Ben shot off the track. Looks like Corey's dealing with Waitsy as well. I mentioned him and his battle with Tony in terms of trying to stay up in 10 seconds. This isn't going to help that, as Corey really does struggle in front of him at the moment, and Yuri is off again, isn't he? Impressive that he's on lap 34, his teammate's on lap 33. Jake O'Sullivan's about to finish the final lap. That just tells you how bad their day's going. But right in the final corner, Jake, he had this under control. Everything had to happen behind him. He kept his nose clean. It's not his fault. He'll cross the line. He's through to the playoffs. And Johannes will follow in second with Casper on his return finishing in third. But what's happening behind with Corey and Waitsy? I think Waitsy's got past him and Ben Shaw, so that's important for him. He will save in 10 seconds to Tony. But will he stay within... Will Ben Shaw be within 10 seconds? He might not be. So Tony, to get a P6 out of this at the end, I don't think he'll complain too much.
Oh, Corey down the inside!
Going, and that's going to help as well. So that'll confirm the P6 there for Tony. And Ben Shaw, just, ahead of Corey Dawn, who's just had enough, hasn't he? Jamie Griffiths, I don't really know how he's got to 9th. I feel like every time we saw him, he was flying off the road, but... fair play. He's got to the end. He led some laps. Ben Harrett will finish the top 10. MK Bourne, we saw him off as well. And we didn't see much of Gareth, unfortunately, today. But I think he's the last car not to be lapped. This should be the end of the race here. Oh, no, sorry, of course. Yuri on lap 34. Comes round the final corner. 2 laps down. Bit of a day to forget for the Hasselagers. Bit of a day to forget for me, really, crashing and being disqualified before even getting to the start of lap 1. But at least we got a stream in the end.
Yeah. Do remind me to end it, because that's the sort of thing I will forget. And then all the drivers will hear us bad-mouthing them, as we do normally after stream. No one wants to watch bloody Jake O'Sullivan. Piss off. Here are the results. You're laughing, but you agree.
Oh, of course.
Come on. There we are. A quick rundown, why not? It's Jake O'Sullivan. Opens his season with a win, and then Johannes, yet another P2 he has claimed here. Casper Klein, P3 on his return. Arnaud 4th. Probably deserved more, especially coming from 15th. Chris Waits, the reserve driver, P5. Reserve points count, so he is now 5th in the championship. Tony Kirkpatrick, P6. Then Ben Short, Corey, Jamie Griffiths, and Ben Harrett complete the top 10. They are followed by Mike Kelterborn, Gareth Hall, Sullivan Lewis, the Joker, only 13th today. Michael Okeke, the 2 Haslagers of Yuri and Leroy, and then your retirements of Ways.
Yeah, not my finest R. But oh well. We don't know where we're going to be next week, so
No.
we're basically just in limbo now. The drivers don't know which tracks to practice. Tony doesn't know which. That clearly caught Tony off by guard, didn't that today? What the track choice?
Good.
Because again, if people haven't actually been playing this year's game, they'll forget that the reverse tracks are even there. And I think for any of the reverse tracks to get first, I think Netherlands is the one you really don't want, because personally, I think it's the best reverse track, but it's the most difficult one as well. Austria and Silverstone are the other two. Austria is difficult enough. Silverstone's a bit of a non-event, but Netherlands, I mean, well, we saw that with all the sort of elevation changes. They're all in the wrong places. That had people scrambling. So, yeah, I think the drivers who survived that one with decent points will be relatively pleased.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think
Let me just go and spectate now.
better
2
late
hours
than never.
later.
And I think JACKOCAR as a whole will take that as an opening race. A little bit of chaos, a little bit of carnage, good enough result. It will get more exciting as the season goes on, especially when we get to those knockout phases.
And you'd be pleased to know, Jacko, that the it started in the chat already.
Oh, I've missed this. Not. And I think that's a great place to leave it for this week, because it sounds like someone, me, is in for a busy evening.
Yeah, you'll never guess who's complaining.
Oh,
Actually,
no.
you might not guess who's complaining, because it's not the person that normally is actually. It's Casper. Sorry, just because the viewers won't be aware. The Casper's complaining, and it started.
Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We will be back here. Are we back here on Tuesday, by the way?
We must be.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, that'll be interesting. I wonder if I'll be here on Tuesday, because
You bet.
I'm bloody doing the World Athletics Championships. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that'll finish by then. I might have to come back to you on that one.
Athletics is rubbish. You'd rather be here. Although I don't pay you.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll work that out.
So,
Goodbye, everyone.
Long,
It's been a
long
joy.
time ago that was.
Toodles. See you next week.